Trading the foreign exchange market carries high risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Trading on margin, utilizing leverage can carry an even higher level of risk that can lead to a complete loss of investment funds. So before deciding to trade the foreign exchange market or using any of our software alert products, you should carefully and diligently consider your personal investment objectives, level of experience, and risk tolerance. There is a possibility that you could potentially sustain significant loss. You should not invest any capital or trade that you cannot afford to lose. It is your responsibility to be aware of and understand all risks associated with foreign exchange trading and to seek professional advice from an independent certified financial advisor if you have any doubts. Auvoria Prime does not exercise trading authority over your trades. You and you alone exercise discretionary trading authority over every trade.
Right now, New York session, it is on S&P 500, which is an index, Standard & Poor. That is the index that I trade, particularly on these calls with everyone. And I am focused on Euro pound pairs because this is towards the end of the London session. So I want to catch any breaks that they have. And I am focused on USD pairs and CAD pairs. Why? Because we're in the New York session. You want to focus on trading pairs that actually move during this session. Okay. So with all that being said, all right, first time from Texas. What up, Harrison? Let's see what we can do here, okay? So now, I have Euro NZD on my chart because I got the H4 alert. I was just getting ready to look at it. We are in a downtrend. I have checked it. We're in a downtrend. I don't trade against the trend. All right, so we got an up arrow alert. The second one, actually. Okay, so it's a second arrow alert and it's going against the trend. One thing, if you do want to go against the trend, that's up to you. You still do your measure for a bag entry, bounce, arrow, okay, second arrow, go. It was only 66 pips to this zone, I think is what it said. Off the H4, Nate teaches strategy 2, 100 pips. Okay, there's 88. You can try it for your 88 if you want to. Second arrow of a bounce of a bag entry alert. I typically don't take second arrows as my first entry on a move. That's just me personally, but does look valid. I'm not taking this trade though, because like I said, I don't take second arrow entries. But it is Euro NZD, and I do want to talk about Euro NZD, and I'll tell you why that thing exploded out of this consolidation that you can see here. Man, it just exploded. Okay, and that's why. Here's why. I posted in the bag chat the Euro NZD trade I took last night. I took this M15 Euro NZD bag entry alert. Okay, it's outside the money zone. All right, and you're gonna be like, well, we're taught that we can't take trades outside the money zone. Absolutely correct. For strategy 1, I did not do strategy 1. I did strategy 8, Fibonacci. Okay, so you can take trades outside the money zone if you are have enough skill with that particular strategy to not need the momentum that the money zone will give you, and also making sure that you can utilize your fib right too. I take a lot of trades outside the money zone utilizing the Fibonacci. Okay, so this is how that strategy 8. I'm gonna draw it real quick, and then I'm gonna see what, because I'm looking at that setup to see if that thing is pulling back now to turn around and go back up again. So on the M15, we're on an uptrend. Okay, the M15 is showing you that you're on an uptrend, which is counter to what you see on the higher time frames. What that signifies is that you are trading the retracement. You're actually trading the pullback on a lower time frame, which is safer than trading it from up here. Okay, the trend is down on the H4. You got this up arrow alert. Okay, but look at the H1, the same thing. The H1 is getting stronger too. Stronger pullback is occurring. All right, a pullback, anything with a trend gets stronger from the lower time frames and starts to build. Good gosh, look at how high that thing went. Okay, but I'm going to show you this setup real quick because I want y'all to practice this if y'all like the fib. All right, strategy 8 really quickly. Highest point above the arrow MA, lowest point below the arrow MA before it closed again, and then you draw it. High, low. I'm doing that because this is me trying to catch this uptrend going back up again. So when it did that, I went ahead, drew it, waited for the bag entry alert, which just came here, hopped in right here, And then I said, at least we're going to 100% from this. And I went right there. That's why my take profit was up here, but I had a trailing stop on here. So when it pulled, it kind of went up, and then when it pulled back, it hit my trailing stop and got me out before it really took off. So that is one of the things about trading outside the money zone, is those pullback can happen and knock you out of a trade before it actually really does its move. But that's strategy 8. All right, so I just want to kind of quickly go over that just as a way to do a trade outside the money zone, but that's not my focus today. I just want to go over that Euro NZD since somebody did ask me after I posted it in the group, the bag chat. Now, here we go, 9:14. I don't see anything in the Q&A right now. Let me hop over to S&P, bring it on my chart, so that way I can see what is going on. I'm on the M5 because we plan on scalping. Okay. Y'all see this off the bat. I'm like, okay, we on a downtrend today. So let me zoom out. Yes, we are. We are on a downtrend very clearly. What does the M1 look like? Downtrend. I love it when M1 and M5 are the same. M15, downtrend. There we go. The downtrend is getting stronger and stronger. It hasn't hit M30 yet, but these three down here is good. So that tells me we are, if I look at the H1, which is what I love, we are trading this pullback. That's what we are doing on these lower time frames. S&P has been on an uptrend, pulled back, tried to go up, it's stalled, and now it's coming back down again. Closed under this 200 EMA. The AIRO EMA is coming down. We are trading a downtrend. That's okay. We're just trading a pullback. Perfectly fine. Look at the daily. Same thing. Beautiful uptrend that S&P has been on all this time. You know, it's been hitting highs and highs and highs. But you can see a fractal high was formed, so it's pulling back. That's perfectly fine. Let it keep pulling back all we want to. And then if you guys were looking at the fractals, that's a bearish engulfing candle. Okay, off of a fractal. There ain't no zone up there because this thing hasn't been touched multiple times, but if you've been watching what Nate is doing, that could have been a possible way to even trade that same strat off of the daily chart. Okay, and just be bearish all day. But since we're not doing off a daily, we're on lower time frames because we're scalping. This is just a way to keep you aware of what the overall trend is. So I'm bearish on US 500 for the rest of the day, possibly even a week. Okay, and what we really want this to do is come below this AIRO MA, and it might just get there. But I got 14 minutes. Let me hurry up my setup here. So what I'm going to do on the daily chart on S&P, this is what I do typically every day. I draw my fib and I get my lines. And what I'm doing is the lowest point price close below the AIRO MA to the highest point it hit, which is this fractal. I'm not doing a strat 8 yet because price needs to close below the AIRO MA again for strategy 8 of AIRO to be a setup that is now executed off the daily time frame. I'm only doing this because I want to see if price comes and hits these fib levels. So I'm going to mark these fib levels down. Okay. The reason why I mark the fib levels down is because I need to see how price is reacting to the overall trend. And when it does is, and if you guys know about 61.8, golden ratio, when price hits there, it's a beautiful thing. Once I mark off those fib levels, I'm good to go. Now I keep them there. I just get rid of that, and now I know what I'm looking at. So when price hits here, I'm going to just say daily fib 23.6. That's kind of how I mark them off and setting up my chart that way. Now, as I'm doing this, as we're waiting for everything to start breaking apart and breaking loose, since usually all these currency pairs and everything is going to start going crazy at 9:30, right when the stock market open. So this is a real quick way to set yourself up, and this works on any pair. So 38.2, we got the 50, and do this on any pair if you want to use it. I do it because the fibs help me set my take profits and stop losses, makes things tighter. So if you worried about that 20 to 40, you know, the risk to reward being 2 to 1, 40 pip stop loss, And this is 61.8. And the 20 pip take profit, you can utilize the fib to tighten that up. Okay. So we'll get to it in a second. But this is how I set up my charts for when I start trading, because I want to make sure we right. All right, boom. Daily, good. Now, coming out to the M5. When I look at the M5 now, kind of scrunch it up to see. See, it ain't nowhere near fib level off the daily, so it got a long way to go. If you zoom out, come on now, this thing's acting slow. Here we go. Zoom out some more. Like, I done zoomed out all the way completely. It ain't nowhere near that first daily fib level. So it got a long way to go. I'm very happy about just selling, selling, selling on S&P today. All right. So now what you're going to want to do is it kind of already made a huge move already from yesterday, dropping down, pulled back, dropped down again, gave you a fake out W, because remember, you don't look for W's in a downtrend, you look for M's, okay? Kind of gave you a fake out W, then it went into like an M and then dropped, all right? So now what you want to do is you want to try and scalp it and try and get in and make your pips. So what I do is, as you can see, this is where the AIRO MA is, and this is where price is. Normally, if you want to do a bag entry, you're going to want AIRO MA you need price to come up, close above it, turn around and give you a bag entry going down again. We don't necessarily need to wait for that. What you could do is draw your fib, again, highest point, and then you just sit and wait. See, price closed below the AIRO MA there, then it turned around and came up, so this is your highest point. Here's your lowest point, which is also coinciding to be the low of the day. All right, there's your markup off the M5, and now I just wait for price to come back up. And as it comes back up, this is another thing that I've been doing, and this is not a AIRO approved strategy or anything like that. But what I do is, instead of sometimes waiting for that AIRO MA to come up above and then turn around, I can use my fib to kind of trade the breakouts of the fib levels as it pulls back. Okay, we're in a downtrend, so I drew my down fib to watch price retrace back up, and you can kind of catch it trading it back up again. So that's what I'm looking for. I really want, see how it closed above this 23.6 right here? All right, and then it turned around and came down. All right, so at that point, when it closed above this 23.6, I'm expecting price to come back and hit this 38.2. I'm expecting it to do so. And once it does, it will be real close to this AIRO MA, thereby giving me an up arrow alert, counter trend. Hopefully it can do this before 10 o'clock so you can kind of ride it up and then turn around and come back down again, restarting the downtrend again. It's kind of what I'm looking for. Okay. Now, a couple of things with this too. We got the 200 EMA right here, and you got the AIRO MA right here, and you got all these wonderful fractals. I'm marking my fractal because if it doesn't decide to turn around and go back up again, I'm going to wait for it to try and close below this and see if it wants to break out from here and go down. Okay. So that's another way I'm watching. I'm watching it to see if I can catch it going up, watching it to see if I can catch it going down, all on the same instrument. All right. So that's my setup for S&P right now. And I'm going to mark this with an alert. So that way, if it does come below it, it'll start yelling at me and I can possibly catch it. Let me set my alert here. 30 seconds. When the bid comes below that price, it will start singing to me. Okay. And I need price to close below this line though for me to want to take a sell. That's what I need it to do. All right. So that's like a little fractal breakout thing. Sells. All right. So that's S&P, and I don't see any questions in the Q&A. We good so far? Cool. All right. CB, you good?
I'm good, Jackie. I'm looking around. Don't see much right now.
Okay. I got like 3 strats here set up to be executed.
I like watching. I'm learning.
I got them all set up just in case. And I cannot do the fractal engulfing strat. Okay. Can't do that for two reasons. This is a downtrend, so I should be looking for sales, and I need to do it off of a zone. So it actually already took place, up here already. The zone is up here. So any trying to use that strategy, it would have needed to been done off of this resistance zone up here. So since that's already taken place and I don't have another zone, excuse me, I can't do that strategy here on the M5. Now wait a minute. So price is playing, and it's getting closer and closer to market open. So S&P is just going to have to wait. Hey Pia, will I still do a buy on that? Yeah, I totally would. I'm looking for a buy or a sell here. I'm looking for a buy if price comes back and closes above this 23.6 again and shows that it wants to keep going up. And the momentum of the candle is going to show me. Actually, 930 is going to show me where it wants to go. And I might be able to hop in, I might not. I would like for it to do exactly what it just did. Come above here, close, and then keep going. Okay? And let me get in. If I would have got in like right here, I would be in drawdown. My stop loss would be this fib level right here. It didn't go there yet, so I would have been cool. But my stop loss would have been right there, And if you wanted to know what that stop loss would be, if I would have got in here and would have got down there, that would have been about 74, 73 pips, 74 pips. All right, so that's got to be careful with when you're trading with indices. The drawdown can hurt. Okay, but that's the setup for S&P. Now let's hop over to some currency pairs and see what's going on. This is Aussie CAD. Why am I looking at Aussie CAD? Because it's a Canadian pair. It in the US session. Let's see what it's doing. All right, got my 200. I'm on the M15. Got my 200 right here. Got the AIRO MA right here. All right, first setup I'm looking at, I see a fractal breakout possibly about to happen right there. So that's looking good. And it's looking good because price hasn't not closed above the AIRO MA in quite some time. And so that's looking real nice. Did it even break out previously? Yep, it did. Here. It closed here and then it turned around and went up and then eventually went down. But that's a lot of drawdown for it going back up. Let me see. It went back up like 8 pips and only went down like 3. So it didn't even move the 5 that I'm waiting for on that. So we're going to have to wait and see. But that could have been timing or something like that. That's Aussie CAD on that one. We are in a downtrend, of course. So this is interesting. That up arrow going directly into it, and then boom, that down arrow coming down hard, and then you dropped. So this bag entry alert is interesting. When you look at these Canadian pairs, it's really interesting. That went 17, 18 pips. It did not even go as 20 until 30 minutes ago. So that's interesting. It might be just getting started with its move. So that's something for me to look at. All right. So I'm looking on this one. We just looking to see, one, if it's going to pull back. How far is it going to pull back? So I'm coming from here, that high, to this level point below the AIRO MA. So it kept making lower lows. All right. So I'm just looking to see. It keeps, you see how it keeps wicking out? It keeps wicking out. It goes back. And I'll actually here, let me just show y'all something. We got 3 minutes before market open. I need y'all to pay attention to something. This is what I'm seeing. If you would have drawn your fib like this and you would have got this pullback, see 23.6 close. What happens? Next candle open. Where did it go? 38.2 close right here. Where you go? You get in right here. It goes to the 50. There. Didn't close. Didn't close. So it stopped, right? Rejection, rejection, rejection. It came back down again. And when it started to come back down, this was an bearish engulfing candle, dropping completely. Could have gotten like right here when that went and just took yourself to zero, which it did right here. That is straight up fib. That's a straight up fib move right there. Okay. Now, since we coming in late though, we see that move happen. All right. But we want to do strat 8. So when you come in here, you see all that happen and move to close, it didn't even close above the arrow MA again. It made a move back and it went back to zero here. It made a move back and it went back to zero here. It's getting ready to move back again. But I want you to see, after it made it back to zero here, what did it do? Turn around and went. Where did it go? Close, 23.6. Where's it going? To the 38.2. You get in right here, touched it just a little bit. It didn't even get there yet. And then it exhausted itself. And then what does it do the next candle? Where'd it go? Touched it. Okay? TP. Then once you've done that, it's done. You waiting. Let it come back and drop down again. As you can see, it wicked out on these two. All right? It already wicked out. Did not close above the 38.2. So you're not thinking it's going to go to the next level. It wicked out and then it came back down to zero. I just showed y'all, this is being recorded, by the way. I'm showing you guys, and I want y'all to go back and watch this recording, how if you master utilizing the fib with AIRO, you can be able to catch the trend in the direction and trade the retracement and restart the trend. Up, down, down, up. Okay? Rewatch this video and go through what I just said and practice it. You'll see what I'm talking about. Now I moved it down here. All I'm doing is waiting for it to do it again. Pull back, close. See, it already kind of closed above it again here, but that's not the real move. It went back to zero here. Now move your lower low and see if it pulls back again. 1 minute till market open. And once that 9:30 hits, I expect this thing to do what it do. 9:30's in. Let's see what it does. Does it have enough? Now that it closed above this 23.6 again, I expect it to go to this 38.2. But it's market open. It can do what it want to do. What I don't want to do is jump in right now because it's market open. That thing can go where it wants to go and then wick out on me and catch me in a bad move. So let it go. It almost hit there. Let it do what it needs to do at market open, and then you jump in. I never just jump into a trade. I'm very patient with mine. I think they'll upload the recordings later on today or first thing tomorrow. Yep, Tuesday through Thursday we have these sessions 9 to noon. I'm only here on Tuesdays though. I might not be here next Tuesday because I'm moving, y'all. So I gotta move my stuff. All right, I think that's TP hit on that 38.2. Yep. There you go. Don't get mad at me, y'all. I'm not jumping in right now. No, I would have preferred this to happen next hour. There we go. Now we're above the arrow MA. Excellent, excellent. So now, if it closes above that arrow MA, Strat 8 is now set up, is in place. All right. We got 4 minutes. This thing did that all in 1 minute. So I actually need to get rid of this because I need to get rid of this now because this fractal is invalid because now the price is closed above the arrow MA. That fractal strat is invalid and we would need to wait for a new fractal low to be created. That is how that works. All right, see how that thing wicked out on me? Okay, see, it will not be a strat 8 until this 5-minute candle closes. So that's what we're waiting on right there. Yeah, that would have been a buy if you wanted to catch that real quick. But like I said, I personally don't like to trade market open because of this right here with these wicks and stuff. I'm very patient. I like to take very optimal trades. I'm very picky about my trades. Y'all know this. I'm gonna look at the Q&A real quick. Newbie question: Why do you read pips in times 10? Where X is the pip value in the crosshair? It depends on the asset that you're looking at. But like if I look at the crosshair here, and this is how I count. So here on S&P, that 336 it actually means is 33.6 pips. And that's actually across the board now. Now look at that, y'all. See this? This is why I don't trade market open. That mess right there. Because see, if I was thinking I'm going to just ride the retracement all the way back, I would have been hurting right now. That's why I wait for it to do what it needs to do. But hopefully, Zan, I answered your question. But you have to look at that in your pips so that you know what you're looking for in your trade. Ooh, Aussie CAD doing the same thing. Ah, that is not bearish engulfing though. That hurt. But that might be doing my fractal breakout. So now it might be pushing. That's going to be nice. Sorry, CB, I'm doing all this talking. You wanted to jump in on anything?
Hey, sorry, Jackie. I actually have a little small business emergency here. I have
No
to
problem. No problem. Just let
mute
me know when
myself
you
for
want
a
to jump in.
second. Yeah, sorry about that.
It's okay. So yeah, Zan, let me know if I answered your question. But the pips, you want to just make sure that that middle number and the pips are always based on those 3 digits because it's a pipette that's involved as well. So that 336 is actually 33.6 pips. And then like on this one, Aussie CAD, the same thing. If I want to look at this bearish movement that it did, that's actually 6.4 pips, that middle number. So that's how you would that's how it's used when you're calculating your pips on that crosshair. That's just the normal way of doing it. I don't like that. That does not look like it's a completely bearish engulfing candle. I mean, it's bearish, but I don't feel like it's engulfed. I would have preferred it to kind of start there and then like take over, but those can kind of be tricky. But what I'm looking for is for this thing to kind of close under there and see what it do. And I'll look at the Q&A. Does the same fib strategy apply to the 15-minute chart? Yep, it sure does. You can do that fib on anything, my dear. I got people doing it off the M1. That's what we were doing on Bitcoin a couple of times. H1 is my favorite. I love the fib specifically for the H1 and higher time frames because the fib is most powerful when you're following the overall trend. And the fib helps you to determine which way the trend is actually going and to kind of pinpoint those fib levels, those ratios of where price is moving for you to take your trade. What's the fractal breakout? Never heard of it until now. That's actually something that I actually found online and I was studying it and I kind of modified it for me to use it with AIRO. And I found that I actually had more success versus what I found online. And when I modified it and started using the pattern with AIRO, I had a higher success rate with it. I've been using it on the indices like S&P 500 and Nasdaq and on Bitcoin. And there's 2 of them. So Nate's been showing, if you guys go back to Nate's videos from last week, I think during London session, he's been doing one of the versions of fractal strategies, which I'm actually working on with him so that we can make that an approved AIRO strategy. So that way you guys get the TP, the stop loss and all that. But yeah, that's what it is. Your first AIRO session on Still Learning Bag. Oh, wonderful. I could tell you right now, New York session is kind of hard for me to always catch bag entries during New York session because a lot of times the currency pairs make they move during London session. Like, so I just clicked on Euro Aussie and that was an H1. I hope y'all saw that. See, it was highlighted H1 right here. And I only have the M15, the H1, and the H4 on my dashboard because those are the only 3 time frames that Nate put a take profit and stop loss that I ain't got to think about. So that's why I have them on there. So, and this is the dashboard is only for me to look for bag entries. So when I get the alert, I clicked on the H1, gave me Euro Aussie on the H1. That's that second bag alert right here. All right. I don't have a zone here on my chart. So when I've been coming across that, I've been figuring out a different way to take the trade because you possibly can make every arrow alert a trade, possibly, even if you want to make it a scalp or something. But this is a no-go. It went directly into the zone. And if you zoom out, Euro Aussie is on an uptrend. Okay. So even though that was an up arrow, it went right into the zone. And then look what that thing just did. Boom, dropped. Don't take that trade, y'all. Follow the rules. Follow the rules. Don't take that trade thinking it's gonna break that zone right here. And you can look to the left. Always look to the left. When you're new to trading and stuff like that, that's going to be one of the things they teach you. Look to the left. I've only been trading for like 4 years. I've been full-time for 2. I live off my trade. But everything that I study, Google University is your friend. YouTube University is your friend. The Forex Basics course from Auvoria Prom is your friend. Nate's videos is your friend. Okay? He's a very good teacher. Very good teacher. A lot of things that I know, I learned from listening to Nate and paying attention to his sessions. So I learned from everybody. But looking to the left, you can see this little mess right here. You on an uptrend and it keeps stopping. Look, drop, up, nope, stop, drop, up, nope, stop. That right there should tell you that it's either going to have a lot of power to move and just break through that zone, or it's going to drop again. I wouldn't necessarily think it's going to drop again, and I'm expecting it to drop down to the support zone to do what? Give it the move that it needs and the power that price needs to bounce off and go back up. And then when it goes back up, it might not have enough power. It might have enough power to break through. That's what I would look for. That's what you look for when you look at these AIRO alerts, okay? Always look at them and just try and make sure you garner more information about it before you just arbitrarily take the trade. Let me see what it is. Whoo, look at that. All right, sorry, I got a little excited for a minute. That looks bearish engulfing to me. Yes, that does. That looks bearish engulfing. I got 1 minute. I got a support zone pop up. That sucker, you. That zone popped up. Is that thing gonna be strong enough to break through that zone? Sure is. I see. I should have hopped in that thing. That thing was bearish engulfing. And as soon as that candle closed, I should have hopped in. That would at least gave me 20 pips. That darn zone popping up threw me off. That's all right. Turn around and do it again. I'll wait. All right, so let me hurry up and get through some of these other ones, see what's going on. Aussie CAD is pulled back, so that's not going to do that. Let me look at these GBP pairs and see what's going on. Give me some movement. Oh, look at GBP JPY. That's probably not going to be kosher. All right, guys. Whoa, good Lord. Yeah, I heard somebody say GBP fell out the sky. Yep, it sure did. That's okay. We on an uptrend. What's the H1 looking like? We on an uptrend. So, ooh, okay. I wonder if that's turning into a railroad track. All right, let's look at the M15, GBP, JPY, down, made a low of the day, came up. It is pulling back. We are on an uptrend. It did that, dropped out of there. Sorry, I'm talking to myself, y'all, but I'm trying to see what I want to do. I am going to draw this for the pullback. I'm drawing it just for the move. I'm not going by the trend or anything. Drawing it just for the move, because that's a powerful move. Look at that. That's interesting because I don't have my fractals on here. Let me put my fractals on here, my 200. There we go. That looks a lot better. All right. There's my fractal high. Fractal high. Lowest point. Catch that entire melt. See, now that is a bearish engulfing candle off of a fractal, off of a zone drop. That's what you're looking for. All right. With the one that Nate is teaching you, you want to follow the trend. However, the M15 is not on a downtrend, it's on an uptrend. So those types of moves, even though it's a valid move, the percentage of winning accuracy might be a little bit lower because it's going against the trend. Just throwing that out there. All right. So what I'm looking for is, when I drew this, is I see that this candle in 3 minutes, if it closes above this 23.6, I'm looking to go ahead and hop into this buy to at least go to the 38.2. Why? Because I would then be following the trend of the M15 time frame. That is 15 pips between fib levels. And I don't have necessarily a bounce. So what I'm doing here is just looking for a way to get in. A couple of things that make me hesitant, because that is a big giant move down. So technically I'm trying to catch this pullback going back, and it's actually moving more stronger down. Plus the AIRO MA is coming below the 200 already. So I see a lot of pressure turning this thing around down. So any buys could be very short-lived is what I'm saying there. So yeah, I know it's melting. Yep, it is melting. Go ahead, Phil. All right. Let's see here. I'm just checking the chat real quick. Oh yeah, coin got you. Yeah, I think I got Dogecoin like a while ago. I can't remember. I got whatever free thing. Oh snap! Thanks, Julian. See, I'm mad at myself, y'all. I could have caught that bearish thing. Dang it. That's okay. That's okay. We're gonna catch this one more time. And I don't even have a strat 8 going on right here because it didn't close above it. I am not going to the M1 because S&P hurt my feelings yesterday on the M1. I had to make up money and off of that. Jimmy, what you got? I had a green zone with a fractal low with GBP, JPY, and I see yours doesn't. You know what, darling? That might be just because my broker. Oh, look at that drop. I'm mad now. I should have totally stayed in there. Let me look at the M1. It could be a thing with my broker, Jimmy. That's why, we all gonna see different things. I'm trying to get my screen so I can see what's going on. Ooh. Mm. We, dang it. I might have to stay on the M1 today. I might have to just to even catch some pips. Let's work some magic. All right. What are we looking at? We are looking at a new low has just been created for the day. That got strong. This AIRO MA came off the M1. All right. Let's see what we're going to do here. Because that thing is 9:45. I got an hour and 15 minutes to make some money here. And I want to make some money. All right, S&P, what we do? I'm not looking at NAS and US 30 because they too volatile for me right now. So I got a resistance zone there. Ah, look at that. See, even without the zone being there, this is a fractal low. And this is even better. Bearish engulfing. Boom. Right here, it would have some drawdown and then the drop. See, that explains the drop. Then you got the M right here too. Ah, man. M1 it is. Okay. All right, there we go. New low formed again. Let's see what we're going to do. S&P. What does it look like on the M5? All right, yeah, look at that bearish. That's the one I wanted, and I should have been in there. Dang it. And I had a fractal breakout too. Good. I thought I marked S&P. I need to pay attention. Let me pay attention to what I'm supposed to be looking at. All right. All right, my fractal low broke. That was a beautiful move because it was like 4 strategies in one that all came together. All right, let's do this again. I got to do it again. So it made the low of the day. It's pulling back. All right, let it pull back. Let's drop down to the M1. Focus, S&P, focus. All right, there's the low. See what this price action is doing down here. All right, there's my low. Let me see if I can get this next candle. Should give me my fractal. Once this closes, that should give me a fractal low if it doesn't create a new one. If it doesn't create a new one. That's turning bearish and golfing again. Let me see. Yep. M1's a little tricky. I would prefer this on M15. That's embarrassing golfing. Drop. It is dropping again. I think it's running out of steam though. It should drop because that's a bearish engulfing candle. What does it look like on the M5? Okay. 2 minutes. Let me see what this M5 candle look like. I think it's fine. Oh, snap. I'm missing that. I don't know. What you doing? All right. Wait and see. Oh, I would love that jumped in there. I ain't showing y'all wrong now. I need to be patient. I'm not chasing this trade. Focus. I'm gonna watch what it does, and then I will hop in. 2 minutes. Let that drop. Go ahead. This is all in one candle. There it go. It did not give me a new fractal low yet. It made a new low of the day. Where is my daily? Where is my daily fib? Because it's going down there. So where is it going? Hold up. Nope. Wrong time frame. In 15. Where's that fib? There it is. Okay. You come in here. Alright. Let's see what the M15 looks like. Closure here. That is a fib level breakout right there. Dang it. Missing all that. Alright, Jackie. Let's get in. Bearish engulfing there. Alright. 1 minute. Let me see what this does. Give me another pullback and then let's hop in. 950. Oh, I done scrunched it up. Can't hardly see nothing. There we go. I need some music. I need to talk to Nate. Give me some music. I'm pretty sure y'all don't want to hear my Prince. All right. In the meantime, anybody got any currency pairs you want me to check out while I'm focused on this? I gotta stay focused on this. I would love to go jump something else. You know what? I put that alert in on Aussie CAD. That's what it was. So I missed that. I was on something else. That's what I get for looking at something else. I need to just focus on my S&P again. Silly Jackie. I was on a roll with the currency pairs yesterday. All right, so that's a fractal high, bearish, and then it dropped. Of course it did. All right, come pull back. Give me a fractal so we can hop in this thing. This is what the M5 looking like. It's pushing. It is just going to keep pushing. Trying to look for a way in here. This is too late on that candle. What's the M30? I'm trying to find me a candle. That's okay. That's a fractal low off of the M30. Maybe I can hop in off of the M30. That's probably what I'm gonna have to do. Because if I can't see anything on the lower time frame, so once the M30 closes, I can hop in as long as it stays closed under this fractal. And then I'm probably gonna have to be the way I could jump in here, because I ain't gonna be able to jump in no other way unless these things pull back. I can kick myself for missing that move. I can kick myself. Oh, okay. Turn around, go back up again. Don't give me another. Don't do that. Yeah, there we go. No. That darn doji. Yeah, there you go. Wick out. We got 3 minutes left on my 5-minute candle. Okay. Yeah, I definitely need some music on here. Liven up the place. Anyway, while I'm waiting on this, I cannot get my eyes off S&P right now, y'all. I just can't. I wish I could, but I just missed money, and I hate that. But like I said, I was feeling myself with my currency pairs from yesterday. All right, that's better. Yeah, give me my fractal low. Let's do that. Yeah, there we go. Give me my fractal low. Here, it's probably not gonna do it now because it's done made the low of the day, and it's probably gonna be like, nope, Too late on you for missing that. My fault. Alert. There. All right. That's off the M1. Let me mark that down. That's the M1 fractal low. M1 fractal low. And I'm doing these, you guys, because I ain't got no bag entry alert. I ain't got no bag. I ain't got no counter trend because it's almost 10 o'clock. So I'm just going to another strategy, just utilizing different strategies to catch some pips. This bearish one, that fractal didn't happen. I mean, this zone did not appear until later. So that would have been solely just knowing that that was a fractal low with a bearish candle to do the drop. This is fractal high that just formed, but it did not become bearish. It was not an engulfing candle itself. So we gotta see what this thing do. And I'm feeling like it might not be my friend right now. It's 1 minute left till the M5. See that? Look at that pullback. Fractal low. So it's fractal low off of the M1 and off of M5. So it might be done. And yeah, it might be done. And there it is on the M15. So once this candle is done, this is going to turn into a fractal high. And that's that same thing where you got the fractal high engulfing candle. Either the fractal is the engulfing or the next candle is showing that drop. That's what Nate's been showing y'all with that strategy. But bullish. Here we go. Fractal high, bearish engulfing candle. Fractal high, bearish engulfing candle. Once that thing stops right there, I'm gonna hop in. Let me see. It's gonna be quick too, so you can just watch. I'm gonna be fast about this one. Oh, now you gonna wick on me? Oh, you thing, you. And knew I was waiting for it. It probably, nope, I was late. Dang nabbit. You ain't right for that S&P. You ain't right. I was waiting. Oh, you thing, you. All right. You gonna drop now? I'm on the M1 with this one. Let me see what the M5 look like. Okay, low. All right. Let me see here. Those are higher lows that is forming, and then it just gave me a new low here. I believe this is my new fractal low. If this doesn't create a new one, let's see where it closes. And then I'm trying to keep in mind that M30, if it stays where it is, we should be able to, let me double check and make sure what the M30 time trend was. Okay. It's an uptrend, so that's like a retracement. Tough to say. Tough to say. Might have to just stay down here. All right. Yep, there's my new fractal low. Okay. So close below that. And all right, so really quickly, y'all, by the way, what I'm doing is close below that, which is about to from where price is to the, it created a new fractal, dang it. That's 38 pips. So, there it is. Yeah, I know. Close under that, and close under that, close under that. So from where price is to there, sell. Catch that. Do like quick 5 pips. Yep. Give me my 5 pips. And don't freeze on me. Oh, give me my pips. Yeah, I know it's yelling at me. This was stop loss up here. So that's like 40 pips. And I know it's like, that's 40 pip stop loss for a 5 pip and dip. That thing just touched it and then pulled back. Oh, you ain't right for that, y'all. Y'all not right for that. And it's going to turn engulfing. Don't do that to me. Don't do it. Turn around and go back where you're supposed to go. Come on. Oh, come on, y'all. That ain't even right. I hate it when it does that. Hate it, hate it, hate it. All right, come on. Get back down there. Yeah, there you go. Come on, baby. You are bearish engulfing. Let's go. You got 1 minute left in the hour. Give me my 5 pips. I see the chat going, y'all. I know. I'm going to look at y'all in a minute. Hold up. Let me just get this trade out the way. I'm mad I should have been in there a lot sooner. Oh, you mug. You ain't right for that. It's like it only wants to give me 2 pips. Why? Why? EuroCAD is a buy. I know. Man, there we go. Finally. Like, come on, y'all. Act like you don't want to give me my money. Jeez. I know y'all probably like 40 pips for a 5 pips. This is just me scalping right now, y'all, because I missed that big move, unfortunately. So I gotta take it as is, but it is what it is. Yeah. Both see I was in there. And how many did it drop? It dropped like 10 though. So I probably could have gotten like 10, but because I missed that big large move, I'm kind of mad at myself. I'm a little bit more wary now. But here's a new, that's the M1. Now let me get off the M1 for a minute. All right, so this is M5. You see how the same thing, M5 kind of closed below it, right? Even though this is off of the M1. So technically this was the fractal low and then it dropped. But now if I wanted to do that same thing off of the M5, I need to wait for another fractal low to form. And it's 10 o'clock right now, so kind of wary about what's going on. But that's kind of how I've been doing my trades. I'm back on the M1 now. M30 is still below. Yeah. It closed majorly below. Now, the only thing with the M30 is like staying on the M30. I mean, you got drawdown for sure. So, whoo, dang, no. I should have hopped in there again, thinking about that. But from where price is, I'm going to just show y'all so you can see what y'all want to deal with. Price is to here, 272 pips. So, if you ain't want to deal with them type of pippage, I wouldn't necessarily be off of that M30 with that, but it's still a fractal breakout off of a different time frame. All 3 time frames all did the same thing. It's just the stop loss is different. So what I just showed y'all on S&P off the M1 with the 40 pip stop loss, you know, if it was a currency pair, it wouldn't be as high. It's just because it's an index. Okay, so that's S&P. Let me look at something else now, because S&P, I'm not trying to repeat that again, because I feel like that move was really, really strong. So let me see what's up. I went to GJ. Let me check the Q&A. Bitcoin. All right, NZD Swiss. NZD Swiss is going to be hard to do at this time of day, Renita. Let me check. AUD Swiss. Never mind. You already got it, LaDonna? Okay, cool. I'm going through everybody. It definitely hit the 5 pips when yours froze. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you. I mean, dang. Okay, let me check and see. Danielle on Bitcoin. I'm gonna jump through that. I don't have Bitcoin on my chart, but let me check these other two currency pairs and let's go check a Bitcoin. I know I just saw that 10 minutes ago. AUD USD. Let's quickly look because that is a pair that moves during this. You said AUD USD, and I'm thinking you meant the M15. So let me check and look and see what we got going on. Got my 200. Oh yeah, I see what you're talking about. Bearish engulfing. I'm late to it though. I'm late to it, but I see what you're saying. Only got like 4 pips to go to the zone, but I see it. Yes, bearish engulfing off a fractal high below the 200, below the AIRO MA. That look real nice for the sell. So from where this candle started to the zone, because it looks like it's going to the zone, 7 pips. Usually when I try with these, we're going to try and get like 10, but you can pip and dip. So yeah, good looking out. Very nice. Good catch. Again, though, let's see. We on a downtrend and you on a downtrend. Fantastic. Excellent catch by that. Good deal. I should have been in there a little bit. I should have saw that question sooner. So sorry about that. But yep, same move. Same move. So thank you. I don't want to mess up your name, darling. But I appreciate you doing that. NZDC Swiss. I'm only going to go to this one because it's worth a lot more. So let's check out NZD, even though those things, Swiss is moving, so we'll see. Ah, I see what you're talking about. Y'all is fantastic. Y'all love them fractals. Y'all on this. All right, bet. Boom, boom. 200 is underneath. Let's see what we got. We are on a downtrend, I'm assuming. Yep, we are. Jackie, let's see if we can hop in there. Bearish engulfing. Yes. I ain't got no zone, but I'm going. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you. NZD, I need to do 2 standards on that. What am I doing? Risk management is key. There we go. So now, with that, I'm doing, this is my stop loss right here. So it's like a 9 pip stop loss. All right, so I'm going to go for 10. Well, I'm going to go for my 5. Let's just go for my 5. Yeah. Possibly going to do 10. Possibly can get 10. I'm going to go for 5. I've been consistently been able to do 5. But I saw Nate might have been getting 10, but I don't have no zone here. It could pop up later, but we shall see. But let's see what's going on with that. It wicked out. I like that the fractal high wicked out at the AIRO MA. I like that. Let me see here. Price closed above it here, and then this is the new high. Then you know I'm throwing my fib on here. See what the fib tell me. All right, fib tells me it closed. Oh, this is a beautiful retracement. It closed to the 38.2. It kind of touched this 50. And then it wicked out. And then we have this bearish engulfing. And then hopping in. Okay, so that 38.2. And it's nice that that's where my stop loss is. So technically, it's actually looking pretty good. Not only for the 5 pips, but it might even go to the 23.6 or even back down to 0. So that's a good move. That's a good move. We'll see what's going on with that. You know, practice proper mismanagement, trade responsibly. Now I'm just taking this trade because this is what I see. But thank you for the call out on NZD Swiss. But it could be pulling back now. So what I'm gonna look to see is it might be because I see this is turning bullish engulfing. Now if it's turning bullish engulfing, I might need to hop out of this. Or it might even hit my stop loss before I hop out. Oh, I think it's about to hit that stop loss. Yeah, unless it wicks out. 7 minutes left. What is it? Let me look at the little smaller time frames. What is it doing? Oh yeah, I gotta hop out of that. That thing looks like it's 2 minutes left on that candle. Well, let's see. I got a zone. But all this price action is telling me it's going back up. I think I might have to hop out of that one. Yeah, it's about to hit my stop loss too. Let me hop out of that one. Yeah, but it's about to hit that stop loss. I don't like, well, where is it? Yeah, it's about to. 2-8. Yeah, it's about to hit it. Never mind. Let me go on and get out of that one. Let me get out of that one. Yeah, that started to turn around on me, so gonna have to do that one a bit. Yeah, that was dang it. Man, it's wicking out too. It might not have hit it, but that's okay. I could probably wait for a better entry on that one. But I have to see. Since that thing turned bullish engulfing, it probably is going to come above this AIRO MA. So the better weight on this one would be, because I think I can make that back. I think the better weight on this one is going to be, let it come above this AIRO MA and close. Okay, so that way this is now a valid strategy 8. And then turn around and catch it on the downtrend again. So I'm going to leave that there and catch it on the way back down. Let me go back to my S&P. Now I need to make up that 8 pips. Well, so what am I? I'm 3 pips down right now, technically. I need to make them 3 pips back up. Let's see here. There's the new low. So let's do this. Nope. Get down here. I don't know if it's going to necessarily make a new low, but it's coming real strong. All right. Oh, sorry. Let me go look at the Q&A. So that was NZD Chef. Greg, can different time zones have different trends? And if so, is that a counter trend? Yeah, different time frames can have different trends, but the higher time frames, I'm sorry, Danielle. Let me go to Bitcoin for you, darling. I apologize. I was in my zone again. The higher every time frame can have a different trend. Yes. However, the higher time frames is what your overall trend is. So, if you want to know what's going on a pair, know that what the overall trend is. Like look at the H1, the H4, and the daily. That can tell you. What was it? Bitcoin. We're looking at Bitcoin. I don't think I have Bitcoin on here. Sorry, I have not traded Bitcoin in like maybe a week. So, and then on Bitcoin, what was it that you looking for? I guess you just want to look at it to see if you want to scalp it or something. Let's see what's up. 40 minutes. Well, Bitcoin will be. Give me a second, since I haven't looked at Bitcoin for a minute. I need to check and see what's going on. Ooh. Okay, Bitcoin under the 200 and under the AIRO in May. I ain't got no bag. This is all the M5. It's gonna be a while before you get another bag. Need to go down to the M1. Okay, under the 200, under the AIRO MA. It just did. This is the last breakout that it did. Let me see. All right. Boom, pull back right there, and then it dropped. It dropped off to the fractal high, which was the bearish engulfing candle, and then it dropped again. So, oh, wait a minute, did it just? Oh, it created a new fractal low. Dang it! I thought that was going to be the fractal low, but it actually created a new one. So we gotta wait on this. Bitcoin's on the move though. Bitcoin is on the move. Gotta wait and look at that. So hopefully Danielle will just keep an eye on it then, Danielle. Keep an eye on it. Oh, if you guys got something that Valdez, no, that $250 lot size is it actually means 2.5 lots. It's only because of the broker I'm on. USD news in 3 minutes. Thank you, Chris. But that was at 10. Okay, never mind. I'm late on that too. I'm trying to look at the S&P was on the call. That's why they was looking at it. Y'all said Euro USD. What we looking at with Euro USD? I ain't got nothing, but let me take a look. So, all right, I'm 3 pips down, y'all. I need to make my pips back. So let's see what we can do in the next 40 minutes. All right. I'm just looking at the chat real quick. The indicator with the gold arrows above the candles is called my fractals. Those are the fractals. To get the fractals, you're going to go to Insert, Indicators, Bill Williams, Fractals. Okay, that's one way to get them. Or if you're in your navigator, which is what this is, you click on that. Same thing. You go to Indicators, Bill Williams, Fractals, and then you click it and you can drag it on. Okay, so either way, that's how you put them on there. I actually have my template for them because as you can see, fibs and fractals is all I use with these MAs. And I already have my little template created with it. So it's the 200 EMA, my fractals, and then the AIRO MA is on there. That's all I'm using right now. And then I draw my fib as I see fit. But you guys, this is Euro USD. Euro USD has been, I don't even like this pair, but it was doing all right, you know? Hold on, let me hop over to US 500. It did not form a new fractal low. It's right here. Okay. And let me get me a little alert and see if here, there we go. Let me see if we can catch another like let me catch like 5 pips again. But that's just me on this. I'm just forewarning you. If price come like right here and close, potential stop loss is 46 pips. That's all I can do right now on S&P. Just so you know. So y'all gonna be like, that risk to reward ain't that great. It really ain't. Potential buy Euro USD. That's what we were just looking at. It was potential. It was potential. And zoom back out. We are on a downtrend, so no up arrow alerts is going to be significant for Euro USD right now. Couple of things that I see going on with Euro USD, which would not make me even like this right now, is because it's hovering on this arrow MA. It keeps closing above, and then it closed below, and then it closed above, and now it's trying to wick out, and it's going to try and close below. This is a bunch of consolidation, a bunch of ranging, and it needs to break out. It can either break out above or it can break out below. And I am not that great with my wedges yet. Okay, not yet, but I have been practicing the wedges again. But I usually do about 200 to 300 wedges before I'm comfortable with trading them with other people on a call. So I'm working on it though. Working on it, y'all. Oh, S&P yelling at me. Oh, you're in the zone. Dang it. Dang it. Okay. 2 things can happen here. All right. 2 things can happen. And you know it's only going to be 2 things. It's either A, going to break the zone, or B, going to reverse out and close above this arrow MA. I feel like it's going to close above the arrow MA and then keep going back up to turn back around again, but it could turn around and break through this zone again. But it's already formed the low of the day here. So I'm not sure how much momentum it got to do it. But keep in mind, S&P, keep in mind, S&P is trying to make its way. Where is my daily? It is trying to make its way. Good Lord, look at that H4. Good Lord, that drop is, I think this thing is going to come right here and turn around, honestly. It could be trying to make its way right here. Okay, remember I marked off my daily. You might not be able to see it here. Remember I marked off my daily fib lines. Okay, good. It keeps popping. So it could be making its way right here, which is the 23.6 of the fib. Okay, off the daily chart. And I don't know if you just see our little friend creep up in the screen, but there goes that 200 EMA. And 200 EMA is what? Always like a little magnet. Price always wants to come and cuddle and touch and just talk to this 200 every time. And then it wants to either then run away from it. It wants to come to it, give it a nice big hug, hang around for a little bit, and then run away. You'll see it on all the time frames, right? So I like it that this 23.6 of the daily fib is here, and I like it that the 200 is right here. So will this thing break this support zone? It just might. It just might. Really like that. That looks nice. But anyway, that's what that's what we're doing down on the M1 and on the M5 is, ooh, there, that looks better. That's that daily fib right here. And if you look at this, the M1 breaks, not only is it going to break my fractal low of it, it ain't got nothing stopping it to go to this 23.6. All right. And we're currently in the new 4-hour candle of S&P. Now, remember, the indices 4-hour candles are different from currency pair 4-hour candles. All right, because well, on my broker for sure, because my usually majority of the brokers that I've been trading with, the indices close down and don't reopen until 6 p.m. Eastern time. So the daily candle starts at 6 p.m. on in MT4. By the way, I want to make sure I say that caveat. So on mine, my 4-hour candles start at 6, 10, 2. Yeah, 6, 10, 2, and then it does it again. 6, 10, 2. All right. So I look at that now. We're in the 10 o'clock 4-hour candle. It may take some time to pull back, which is fine. Let it do what it do. Actually, a couple of things here. I just went off on my tangent on S&P, but let's go back. I already talked about that Euro USD though. All that playing around, it needs to break out. Okay, and you're on a downtrend. So, by the way, I'm gonna just tell y'all what I've been doing with marking off the low fractal lows. All right, the two fractal strategies when it's just 200 EMA, AIRO MA, prices below it. I'm looking for fractal low. I'm looking for sales. Right. On this one, this is an invalid fractal. You must wait for a new fractal low to be formed. Why? Because price has come back up and closed above the AIRO MA here. That's why it's crucial to zoom in so you know whether you're dealing with a bearish candle or a bullish candle. So, because if you just zoomed out, right, and you see nothing but green, now you can kind of tell looking at price that it went down, and then you can kind of look at price and tell that it went up. But if you can't necessarily see it and you really want to take a really quick look to confirm, zoom in. And that's what I've been doing. It's closed above the AIRO MA. Therefore, this low is invalid. So I have to wait for a new low. This should be my new low. Okay, but price is above the AIRO MA right now. So this is going to be an invalid fractal low as well for that strategy. Okay, gotta wait for price to close below the AIRO MA and a new fractal low to be formed in order for me to want to take that trade using that strat. That's what I've been doing for you guys. I mean, well, all in all. So in case there was a couple on this call that's been wondering about that. Now, granted, that's not necessarily a full AIRO strategy, but that is something I'm working with Nate on. So there's two, okay? But the one with the fractal off the zone, that's crucial. So the one with NZDCHF, that probably would have been better if I would have waited for the zone, but it was looking good at the time. It is what it is. Now I'm 3 pips down. I need to make my money back. All right. So hopping over to S&P, let me quickly look at the Q&A. Sell, move on Bitcoin or buy? Yeah, I use NVFX. I'm actually working on a different broker here that I'm linking to some other accounts. I'm trying to test different brokers' commissions and swap charges. On this particular broker, there was no commissions on indice trading. So that's why I jumped over here, Valdez, just to see what's up. But since it was a trade that I would normally take, I have it connected to my live accounts so I could do it. Bitcoin. You guys, is it a sell or a buy on Bitcoin? Y'all on the M5? Chef, M5 new engulfing, yes or no? That was 2 minutes ago. Let's look. Let me see. Chef, we on a downtrend or we on an uptrend? We on a downtrend, Chef. I would take this. It's close. New engulfing right now. That looks like it is engulfing, but I don't like this support zone being right here. That's my problem with that. I don't like that support zone. We got 2 minutes left in this candle. It may completely overtake this one, but I don't like this zone right here. I want that zone gone. Let's see here. And look at the M1. Everything's playing around on the M1. So even any of the fractals down here are now invalid until it decides what it wants to do. So, but I will say, but if you know your boo, if you know your baby Bitcoin like it is, these are your zones that you're looking at on your M5. And come on here. You got some meat it got to go through, you know? So I don't know which way it want to go. Honestly, this looks like to me, this thing is consolidating and it's getting ready to break out. So if you're more familiar with Bitcoin than me, but that candle wasn't engulfing one yet. And you got 1 minute left. Let me zoom in, see what it looks like. Yeah, it ain't gonna happen. Look at it, it's wicking out. Unless it decides to just completely engulf it and then just drop. But nah. And in this one, I'm wary of this one. I would prefer it to start a little bit at or a little bit above this candle and then take it over. That's what I consider engulfing. Very similar to like this one. Okay, this one. See, fractal high, and then the next candle is engulfing because it started. This was bullish, so it came up, right? Came up, wicked out, stopped here, is exhausted. Next candle started right here, a little bit above it, and then dropped, took over this entire candle. That's engulfing to me. Okay, same thing right here. Came up, wicked out, exhausted. Next candle started a little bit above it, and took over the entire candle. Took over the whole thing, engulfing. That's what I consider engulfing candles. I prefer them to kind of start at, which is what this one is doing right now. See how it came up? See, when you look at this, you're like, oh, this is a red candle, okay? But did it start here or did it above or below? I mean, some people can't really tell whether this is bearish or bullish. Zoom in. That's what I mean by the zoom in, and you can clearly see it's all red. So that tells you this was a bearish candle, okay? Bearish candle came all the way down, and then it wicked back up again. It kind of exhausted itself. And you got higher lows forming. So uptrend right now. All right, that's my thoughts on Bitcoin. Overall on the 4-hour is buying on Bitcoin. Let me check. Let's see. Overall. Yep, sure is. It's an uptrend on the H4 for sure. So if you would have did this bounce AIRO go on the H4 off of Bitcoin, this would have been a beautiful move. If you would have tried to catch the second AIRO alert on the H4, you would be in some major drawdown right now. Okay, but that doesn't mean it's not valid. You would just be in some major drawdown right now. But it could be starting to form a W for you. So it might come back down here, bounce off the support, and then shoot off to the moon again. Okay, possibly. But this is a bearish engulfing H4 candle happening on Bitcoin right now. So it's not complete until it's complete though. Okay, so that's Bitcoin. Let me hop back over to my S&P and see what's going on. Ooh, good gracious, that thing done took a whole new turn. See, I knew it. That big, beautiful move I missed and all them daggone pips. All right, I'm 3 pips down, y'all. I need to make up my 3 pips somehow. Let's make this happen. And see if you would have been in the M31. Woo. Remember I said once this candle closed, you know, it's the fractal breakout, but you would be in some drawdown. That doesn't mean it's not going to still keep going, but you would be in some drawdown. Off of S&P. I mean, I'm used to it because, you know, S&P can go like 200-300 pips in drawdown quick. But you don't want it to be like that. But I want y'all to pay attention. See how that AIRO MA getting ready to cross this 200? Bearish. on S&P. Bearish. I'm looking for nothing but sales. Looking nothing but sales. Because of why? Because of my daily. Bearish. Okay. Looking for nothing but sales. It might come and touch. It might come and touch this AIRO MA. It might, and do exactly like what it did over here. Turn around and go bullish again and restart its trend. So just know when people start saying and yelling and they're like, oh my God, the indices are falling and the Dow Jones lost like 3,000 points, blah, blah, blah. Bet you it was because it was a retracement and it just needed to do that and then turn around and went bullish again. Happens all the time. Now you know what they're yelling about. Oh, okay. Well, Danielle, just keep it. Just, you know what I mean? Just practice your proper risk management. You gonna be cool, darling. You gonna be cool. W on the S&P, where at? What you talking about? M5? What we looking at? Let me know. I feel like GJ ain't getting no love from me today, except for that. And then NZD Swiss. Oh, let me check that. Let me make sure because I was looking. See, I remember it hit my stop loss. Well, I got out of it early, but I got out of it early, and I don't even think it would have hit. But I think it hit here in this current candle, so it still would have hit. But I wanted to just close above this AIRO MA, making this strategy 8 valid setup. And because it's NZD Swiss, I might not expect for it to really do anything right now or for the rest of this session, but it could kind of just relax itself. And then when the Asian session starts, NZD can just like take off and do what it needs to do. So like here, Asian session, see how it's still consolidated and then it took off and did what it needed to do. It could just replicate and do that same thing again today. So that's kind of why I'm still leaving it there because it owes me money. On the indices like S&P 500, do I typically use a fractal strategy on the M1 or on the M5? You know what, Erica, I just kind of use it whenever whatever time frame is speaking to me at that point in time. So like today, the M1 is speaking because it's made some big giant moves on like the M5 or the M15. So let me zoom out a little bit so I can show you what I'm talking about. Like this, man. This move right here. See, this is going to haunt me, you guys. This is going to haunt me because this is what I was talking about. And we should have been in this thing. I'm mad. I missed that. I wasn't paying exact attention, dang it. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But what I wanted to say is because the M5 made such big moves, right? I Look, you only see one down arrow alert, right? I ain't got another one since. I ain't got another one since. I ain't got no choice but to go down to the M1 and see what kind of move I could catch. You know what I mean? When you see stuff like that, it just kind of helps me figure out what time frame I'm going to try and catch some pips on and stuff like that. So we'll see, but that it's just whatever kind of is speaking to me right now. So that is bearish engulfing. That looks like that's happening again. And I am, but it's in the beginning of the candle. It's 10:31. This is a 5-minute candle. M1. Okay, M1. What you looking at? That support zone. See, just when I thought I wanted to jump into that thing turned bullish. Oh, wait. You know, that's interesting. This candle here, we got the fractal here, and that's bearish engulfing. And then it went here, it had some pullback, and then it turned and dropped. So, interesting. I'm on the M1 on this one, yeah. So, is that M1 about to crash through this support? That would be interesting if it comes to I wonder if this thing is going to wick out. Yeah, M1 sell. Yeah. Of course, because it closed below this arrow MA. You don't have no zone, so not really a bag entry alert. But if it turns around and goes back up again, it could give me a new fractal to go ahead and scalp again. But it's dropping to this zone. What are you doing, S&P? What are you doing? Hmm. Are you gonna break that zone? What does it in 5 look like again? Let me see. Bearish. We got 2 minutes left on that candle. Ah, okay. I feel like this zone is about to get destroyed. I feel like this zone is about to go. And it's not off the fractal though. Not off of this fractal. 1 minute left in that 5-minute candle. It would be off of this fractal. Move that down there. Just in case. That's bearish though. I'm gonna sit right here and wait. Some prices below the 200, prices below the arrow MA. I feel like that support zone is hesitant. It's playing. I ain't comfortable with that. Need to see some push. You gonna push? Gosh, I really do need some music. Sorry, y'all. I know I be talking to myself. Gold just hit high of the day on the M5. Well, I don't even have gold on my charts. I need to take a look at gold. I haven't paid attention too much to gold lately. Let me see here. Who's this? Chris? What you doing? What you talking about, Chris? What's up, Chris? C Royal. You on GCAD on the M15? It's a sell based off the 62. Should there be any concern when it begins to continue back down in trend, but then retrace back up to the 62 a little while later? I need to take a look at that. So you said that's on GCAD? See, I ain't got no pressure. I ain't got that pressure yet. That's why you don't just hop in. I ain't got that pressure yet. Even though that is bearish engulfing, I don't have a zone per se. So after what just happened with NZD Swiss, I wait. I'm only 3 pips down. It ain't bad. GCAD. Let's take a look at GCAD. What you said while we're waiting for that. I do have my alert marked. I already got my alert marked for price when it closes below this fractal, so I'm all right. And then let me leave it on the M1 just in case to see when that zone gets destroyed. And I have another fractal here, so let me do that there. So I can, when I come back and look at it. All right, GCAD, you went to the 62, you said. GCAD is looking nice. All right, so Christian, so when you said you took it off the 62 as a sell, is that what you told me? Okay. Well, you got a couple of things working in your favor. It's just a pullback right now. So I take it you drew it for the downtrend. Okay. So, oh, did you draw it from here to here originally? Tell me how you drew it. Oh, okay, Jasmine, I will. Oh, I'm gonna have to take a look at that. Chill hop. Chill hop on YouTube. Thank you, darling. I will. The next call I jump on, I will. Appreciate that, Jasmine. Appreciate that. Let's see here. Tell me, let's see. Yeah, from the previous day you drew it. All right, cool. So you drew it this way. GCAD. All right. And then the lowest point place closed below the arrow MA I believe is here. I could confirm that. That's red on red, it looked like. Yeah, red on red. Lowest point price closed below the MA, and then it pulled back to 23.6, and then it kept coming back down. So you have a new low here, and then it closed above here. And then you must have took your sell off of this, and then it dropped, but it didn't come to zero, and then it pulled back again. Is that what you're telling me? Um, well, that's a lot that this thing did. If you're still in it now for the sell, you might be you might be cool. It might be restarting this trend now, but I wouldn't go off of yesterday's fib. I would draw it from this move right here, this down move today, because it was so strong. All right, so from this high to this low is what I would draw it from, and it's at the 50 right now. You know, it's playing around at this 50 right now. So the best thing I would think about is just kind of waiting to see. Now that it closed above this 50 line right here, you see how it closed above? And then the next candle, it dropped, right? But it wicked out. I anticipate that it's going to go to the 61.8 again. And then, like I mentioned earlier, if it closed above that, I would anticipate that it would go back here. So what you kind of want to do is just wait and see what it does, and then see if it drops. Now, if this is not a bearish engulfing, so that's why I'm not fully confident that it's going to continue its restarting its downtrend again. But what may help is if you get another down arrow alert signifying you got momentum in your favor for the sell. That's my thoughts on that. Okay, the high from today is close to yesterday's. Okay, cool. So it kind of just pulled back and tried to fake everybody out, gather all that liquidity, and then rinse everybody. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Okay. Let's see. NZD Swiss off the 5 minute. I wouldn't necessarily do currency pairs off the M5. But you might have meant, did you mean the M5 or did you mean the M15? Because I still got it up on the M15. You know, this is what the M5 looks like. So if you meant the M15, yeah, that does look like it might start to become an engulfing thing. And it's wicking out at this AIRO MA, but it didn't close above it, you know, so I kind of really would have liked for it to close above it. But very similar situation. It's 10:40. I gotta roll out here in like 10 minutes, y'all. Sorry. Euro NZD. I didn't say anything particularly about Euro NZD. I was just going over the trade that I did last night when I took the trade off of the outside the money zone. That's what I was mentioning about Euro NZD. All right, so now we on buys. You ain't taking no buys because that thing is just pulling back. But let's see what I can make a trade happen on this. All right, so all I did was just draw my fib on the M1 for this S&P. All right, high, low, same thing, fib still work, and I was just using the AIRO MA. What I was looking for was just to see what this pullback was signifying and how far back it actually was trying to go. As you can see, it's already went to 78.6, so it'll most likely hit this 100% and maybe even go on beyond. That's okay. That 200 EMA is right here. I might have to come back to this thing this afternoon after lunchtime and try and catch more pips. But if it wicks out where it's at, there we go. That might look more in our favor. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That looks further back than I would like, but it is what it is. All I'm looking at is I see this bearish engulfing happening, and I got some distance to the zone. I'm only 3 pips down, so I want to see if I can catch another 5. But what I'm worried about is if it's gonna bounce off of that AIRO MA again, turn around and go back up. So that's what I'm looking at. right now. And I don't like it that it closed above the 78.6 and it has not touched this 100 yet. So it's kind of iffy for me right now. Zone, bearish engulfing. Take the trade, sell. Yep. Give me my 5 pips back. Give me where my, is that 5 or what? That's 8. No, 5. Get in there. There we go. Give me my pips back. There we go. Whoa, whoa, hey, I'm in, yeah, okay, I'm like, whoa, hey, I'm in TP, give me my money back. All right, so same thing. All right, so hopefully I spoke that entire trade, by the way, so hopefully you guys was following what I was saying, but if you need me to repeat it, just tell me in the Q&A you need me to repeat it. So, but hopefully you guys was following what I was talking about with this one, why I took that trade and when I did it. Let's see here. And see, it's dropping and it's continuing to drop. That's good. I only wanted to do 5 pips right now. I just want to get back positive. And I'm staying with my S&P. I'm probably going to have to mess with this more today. And that's what you're looking for too, by the way. So when that zone popped up, oh, wait a minute. Hi. When that zone popped up, that's what I was looking for. I wanted this. We actually just executed that move the way it needed to. And I probably should have held it longer. But like I said, I just want to get back positive, quickly get out, get my positive, make my money back, plus be positive. That's what I wanted to do. So that's what I did. But as you can see how powerful that thing is coming off of this zone. So the next go around, I'm gonna hold it a little bit longer. I'm gonna hold it a little bit longer and see how it's, and that is actually a couple of things that transpire here now that I'm looking back and looking at this. I'm not caring about this W that it looks like it could be forming. What I want y'all to pay attention to is I just did a strat 8. That's why I drew it. Okay, so I was looking for my fractal breakout. I saw that it's not gonna, I'm gonna go over it after I just told y'all I wasn't going to. I'm gonna walk it over one more time since it's almost time for me to go because I want y'all to practice this. Okay. I was looking for my fractal breakout strategy. Did not seem to happen because I got the zone in my way, right? So I said I know there's a trade here. I need to see it happen. I saw that price came above the AIRO MA, strat 8 video. Go back and watch it if you understand it. Utilizing the fib. High point, low point. Here's where it pulled back to. I just waited for it to be done. Okay? And then it stopped. Here I got that up arrow alert, but we in a downtrend, so you're not taking a bag entry. Okay? And then you wait for it to stop. I was trying to see, was it going to keep going to the 100 or not? Okay? Then this happened. I got this bullish candle, but then it stopped and it formed this fractal. Then the next candle was bearish engulfing, fractal high, and then the zone appeared when this candle closed. That was why I jumped in when I did. All right, 5 pips, and then I dipped. And could have held it longer, and I probably will hold it longer going forward. But I just wanted, like I said, walk it through with you guys and see it maybe happen in action instead of me missing it like I was doing earlier. All right, so I'm happy about that. I want to catch more, so I'm going to probably work on this a little bit more this afternoon because the money zone is specific to Forex pairs. That's what Nate teaches. So the money zone doesn't necessarily mean you have to trade S&P in the money zone. Okay, that's a bounce arrow go off of the, let me hop in there one more time. That was a bounce arrow go. Give me another 5 pips. Is that 5? Yep, there's another 5. Bounce arrow go. I saw that. I was like, let me hop in there. Hey, I'm up. So what am I up now? 10 pips? Something like that? 7 pips? I can't remember now. Positive. All right, so I got distracted on that. So that was bounce arrow go. That was a typical bag strategy. Oh, what I was saying about the money zone. The money zone is nice for indices because you got all that momentum flowing. You got the two sessions overlapping and everything's a party, But once London sessions stop, that don't necessarily mean the US indices stop because they go on. It's New Year's session. Stock market's still going. They go until like 4:15 p.m. Eastern time. By the way, that's why I don't necessarily hold trades off the M1, even off of a bounce arrow go. I'm only pipping and dipping, 5 pip and dip, 5 to 10 pip and dip, because the M1 changes on you really quickly. All right, quick, scalp off the M1. But you could do it off the M5 as well, and the Nate usually comes off the M5. So I am still gonna be on London session because I owe Nate because he traded off the M1 because I ain't think he was going to do it. So I do owe him an appearance on London session. Just not going to tell him when. Okay? It's a surprise for him. But what I was mentioning, okay. Let me get my fib off. Hold on. Okay. Oh, I thought, now, okay, by the way, because price closed and above this arrow MA, this fractal low is no longer valid. I need a new one. Okay, I feel like this is going to be my new one. All right, now because that's my new one, and then this one I believe is from the M5. See, this is no longer my fractal low off of the M5. This one is. Okay, so let me move that right there and then move this. That was the alert off of the M1. I don't need that no more neither. Okay. Delete. All right. So once off that M5, once this price closes below that, it might have enough power. And this is what you are going to look for later because I got to get ready to go for my appointment. But once it closes below that, you can check the M1 to see if it has the power as it shows. And see, I got my new fractal low. This one is off the M5. See how powerful it's becoming now? Oh, and it made a new fractal low, so that's not going to work there. Pay attention to the M5. Once price closes below this line off the M5, and you'll be able to see it do so down on the M1, how powerful it is. If it breaks this zone off the M1, you know your M5 is good. You know your M5 is good. Okay? And look how powerful it is. It's breaking. It might even form a new low of the day. Maybe. That's how I'm feeling like it, but I need this zone to be gone. I need M1 to do your move, M1. All that price action that it need to be doing. Work your magic, M1. We got 4 minutes left in that candle, which is actually when I gotta go. So just take a look at it and then just do it in demo. So hopefully everything that I have talked about today, I know I missed that big move on S&P, so I'm sorry for y'all. So hopefully these last 2 trades made up for that. As long as we was positive, as long as we positive. Is there a recording for the fractal breakout strategy, Rajiv? Not yet, darling, not yet. Only because I know he be looking for me. I know he do. I be feeling bad. I be sleep, y'all. I be sleep. I'm telling you, y'all know it. I say it all the time. I got my twin children. I got my daughter and her 3 kids, my grandsons, all of them under the age of 7, by the way, in my house, the grandchildren. So, my sons. So I be sleep during London session. I ain't got time to get up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, but I do owe Nate, so I do have to make an appearance. But yeah, Rajiv, there's no recording just yet because it needs to be ironed out. For me, because I'm scalping, I could deal with a 40 pip stop loss and a 5 pip take profit because I know I'm scalping and that's all I'm looking for, and I'm more confident in the 5 pips. But if it does happen to go back and hit the 40 pip stop loss, I ain't gonna like it, but I could take it. Not everybody could take that, So that's what we got to kind of work on. with Nate and make sure that the zone thing though was powerful. I gotta tell y'all, that was powerful. So this is what I want to say about that. My fractal, both of them are the fractal strategies that I came up with. So if y'all remember like a month ago, remember I was saying, hey, them fractals off the zone, them things is powerful, you know? That's what Nate's doing. But I also found the other one where you do it on the breakout below or above based on the MAs as well, where price is setting. So those two of them. And the one that Nate's working on with me, that's going to come out for everybody, and we're going to try and make that an approved AIRO strategy, is it's a little easier to show off of the zone, and you have a higher winning consistency rate and a less stop loss. So this will be the fractal high like we did. We got the bearish engulfing candle we would have got in right here. Your stop loss would have been, for me, the high of the fractal that signified the move, which is 20 pips. And then if you want to do the one-to-one, which it did, because I really could hurt myself right now because that's a 70 pip move I missed. But if you could do a one-to-one, you know you got it, right? We just need to make sure, and we literally just did it twice today. I need to make sure that whatever time we all get in, okay, so the same thing, same move right here happened, right? Whatever time we get in, so this is where you get in because this is bullish. The stop loss is right here. That's 40 pips, right? Did it go 40 pips? It did. As long as it shows me, we can do a 2-to-1 risk to reward. So 40 pips stop loss, 20 pip take profit, or even 1-to-1 consistently. That's what I want. That's what we're going to get to you guys, because that's going to be what's going to make y'all win. That's going to be what's optimal, and that's what's going to be able to be applied. The other one that I'm doing, you know, the risk to reward ratio ain't that great, but because I'm not seeing the first fractal one happen, I'm just looking to find my trades, and I'm just scalping based on my experience of it. So that's kind of what it is, why there's not no video yet, but it is coming, and this video is being recorded so they can go back and watch it, and we just proved it 2-3 times that you can at least get a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, if not 1-to-1. So that's awesome. It's 10:55. It did not break. It did not break, I don't think. Did it? No, it did not. Okay, boom. This is why you wait for candle closure, and you do not just hop in if it didn't break it. All right, so I actually have to go, but it did not break. That's why that trade did not take place. You just sit and wait. This strategy does require sitting and waiting. You can put in the alerts like I showed you, so you don't have to sit at a chart, but just know fractals are formed all the time. So that was happening, but you can also do your fib. So I think as a recap, and I know I'm talking fast, so hopefully I'm not talking too fast for y'all. You're quite welcome, Rajiv. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of keep him in suspense. I can't tell you, Sandy. I can't tell you. But I gotta figure it out, only because I gotta find the best day to do it. Yes, twins are awesome. Yeah, exactly. There's no need for me to have a treadmill, y'all. Not with running around 5 kids under the age of 7. No need for a treadmill. But I'm gonna let y'all go. I know it's a little earlier. I know usually we got another hour. But I gotta go take care of this stuff. But I just want to leave y'all with this. Okay. CB, I'm saying bye. And CB, are you there, CB? No? Okay. I didn't want to leave, and then CB might want to have the call for you guys. But I just want to let you know. So I want to thank you guys, but here's some follow-ups that I want y'all to do, okay? So I want y'all to practice that fib. Practice that fib. It is not difficult. Don't let your mind psychologically block you from your profits, okay? That fib is going to help you lock in some profits. All right, so if you need to go over the fib, that is strategy 8 video of AIRO. All right, you can find that in your back office. The fractal strategy videos are not out yet because they have not been created, but you can rewatch this video when it's loaded on the Auvoria Prime YouTube channel so that you can go over it and practice. The one I would stress upon practicing is the, it's not necessarily just a fractal high either. It can be a fractal low with a bullish engulfing candle, but you're following the trend of the time frame. Okay, so on S&P, we're doing down. fractal high with bearish because we're on a downtrend. If we were on a different time frame that had a fractal low bullish, then you're going to follow the uptrend for buys. Okay, that's how that works with the bounce off the zone. So make sure that we got the zone there too. Okay, don't like what we just saw on the M1 when it appeared. That's what you want to look for. All right, so that's it. Fib, the fractals, bags, because I took that bag off of the M1. You know, regular bag entry still works. All right. And then I think that's about it, you guys. Is there any questions that y'all want me to lastly talk about? I'm really glad that y'all liked it. I felt bad, y'all. I really did, because I'm like, dang, I missed that entire move on S&P, y'all. I'm feeling some kind of way about that. There you go. There you go. Oh, Albert, you said, how do we add them on the chart? I'm going to quickly go over that for you, dear. Insert, indicators, Bill Williams, fractals. Click on fractals. You can change the color. You can make it as thick as you want. I usually try and keep it at the smallest point because I need to see where the wick is. Okay, where it is. But you really don't need it. I mean, if you're just doing off of what we've been showing you with the engulfing candles, you can make it as thick as you want it to be, so they're really big. And then see, you got a little bit bigger here, so you can make them real thick so you can see it. And that's all you have to do to put your fractals on there. And then, of course, I usually just keep the AIRO MA, of course, and then the 200 EMA on there. And I used to have other MAs for other things, but I've been mostly trading with the fractals and the fib. Pretty much it. I really, in the bag, of course. Fractals, fib, bag. That's what I've been doing. Hey, there we go. We got that drop. So that might be working for y'all. That M1 is about to go. See, y'all gonna get me in trouble. I'm supposed to be going by now. All right, let me stop sharing. Oh, CB. I wanted to say bye, CB. Let's see. There we go. We still made money. 5 pip and dip. Yeah, I think I'm up 7 to 10 pips off of that. I think because that last one was such a huge drop down. I think it gave me more than 5 pips, y'all. So hey, but we're gonna catch some more of those, and the next time I'm gonna hold them longer. I was kind of mad about that last one, but thank you, you guys. I appreciate it. I'm gonna try to make sure I take the call next Tuesday because I'm only on Tuesday, but I'm in the midst of a move, so I will let Nate know. If I can't make the Tuesday morning call, I'm going to talk to Nate to see if I could do another call at a different time of the day. Maybe that might work. So maybe we might be able to do like a little Asian session thing going on. I don't know. Okay, so I do want to make up for the time because, you know, I don't like to miss these calls with y'all. I really enjoy being on here with y'all, and y'all make me see stuff, you know, when I start to overlook things. So I appreciate it. And CB, I know you're busy. So I want to thank you as always for being a panelist with me. I think I got through all the questions. Y'all take care. Be safe. Practice, practice, practice. Practice that risk management. Practice taking these trades and win, y'all. All right, take care.